My lord, we have lost our job because of this Supreme Court judgment. We are untainted. We have produced that documents. Now, my lord, we want that we may be given a chance to participate in the upper primary process.
But that process is over. Counseling is over.
The counseling is over, my lord. But the issue is we were called for interview. We are called for interview. When we went for the interview, we were not allowed to participate because on the ground that you are in service, we will not allow in service. Candidates approached this honorable court to sit for the interview, but these candidates ultimately did not mind. Admittedly, did
But the date was on. It was fixed on 11th.
Yes, my lord. In this matter, I have been led by Mr. Land to requested to take up the matter Monday because he is in some parliamentary committee meeting. If he comments to your law, otherwise I will start.
What is the matter about?
Well, the matter your lordship has decided and deal with the issue. Well, we have lost our job because of this Supreme Court judgment. We are untainted. We have produced that documents. Now, my lord, we want that we may be given a chance to participate in the upper primary process.
But that process is over.
No, my
That
lord.
counseling is over.
The counseling is over, my lord. But the issue is we were called for interview. We are called for interview. When we went for the interview, we were not allowed to participate because on the ground that you are in service, we will not allow in service. Thereafter, some candidates approached this honorable court to sit for the interview, but these candidates ultimately did not mind. Admittedly, did.
But the date was on. It was fixed on 11th.
11th was the 7th. There is more than 4,000 vacancies are still there, my lord. It's not that. I am not saying that you have to give me appointment. I say that if there is vacancies, see, if all the vacancies are exhausted, in no way I will be appointed, my lord. If vacancies, let them take a decision. If vacancies are there, if anything can be done, because this is a very extraordinary circumstances, my lord. In normal situation, my lord, I would have this.
So that is not the similar matter which I have decided
yes,
previously.
yes.
In Mukti Vishwas's case.
No, not similar to Mukti Vishwas, my lord. Kindly see this matter. Kindly see this matter. Absolutely in.
এই আইটেম 39টা আমরা পাইনি কিন্তু
39টা পাননি 39 আমার না 40টা
But the 7th round of counseling is over.
Over, my lord, but still there are vacancies. Still there are 1,500 vacancies were left for 7th phase counseling. Still there are beyond that 1,500 because, my lord, around 14,000 were the total declared vacancies. Out of which, my lord, around 11,000 were empaneled, including vacancies. Subject to correction by.
But if you apply in terms of the new notification which has been issued.
New notification, difficulties, my lord, everybody is applying. I am telling
Yes,
you,
you apply.
even the fresh candidates. My lord, we will, there is no.
You are invited previously
certainty
to appear in the counseling. Previously, were you invited to appear in the counseling?
In the upper primary?
Yes.
No, my lord, we were not allowed to sit for the interview because we are in service candidate.
Yes. That is the rule.
Yes. On merit, we are called for interview.
But subsequently, you could have you could appear before the 7th round of counseling.
No, we could not. Why? Because we are not allowed to sit for the interview. Also, it is.
without interview the marks cannot be added, then their merit position comes, then the question of call for counseling.
My lord,
You are mixing it up with counseling.
not only I am similar to this matter. Let them come up with a report. What are they planning on? Because this is in normal circumstances, my lord.
In those matters where your 7th round of counseling was fixed on 11th, 11 in those matters they were they participated in the personality test.
No.
Yes.
Personality test only counseling. They were seeking a chance in the counseling.
Only
My lord.
similarity was, my lord. They were obstructed. They were not allowed to sit in the personality test. They approached this honorable court, and your lordship directed them to appear in the
Participate in the counseling.
No, participate in the personality test. First round. Second round, yes, 2 days ago.
11 July, before 11 July on
Yes.
on
For
10th I
counseling.
passed for counseling. But they participated in the interview.
Pursuant to your lordship's order also.
Yes. But now
That
at
order
this
must have been passed long back,
stage- yes,
because
this stage how I
PT was in 2021, 2022. Now 3 years later,
Yes.
Situation is, my lord, kindly appreciate. If my appointment was not terminated, let us take a situation, my appointment was not terminated, I am not working, I come before your lordship. This is a case, my lord, very honestly, my lord, this should not have been entertained. I sat tight over my rights. But my lord, considering the peculiar situation I face, I have demonstrated when I am working till 31st December. In no manner I am included in the tainted list. Somehow
But it depends upon the decision of the commission.
depends upon
Because
that
already counseling is going on. Where is the question of holding interview again?
let them take a decision if there are vacancies. Instead of carrying forward, let them take a decision and thereafter your lordship decide. My lord, fine. Your lordship has only allowed.
No, how after the Supreme Court order, how can?
My lord, your lordship has already called for reporting some matters. Only let them call for a report.
কোন অর্ডারটা হ্যান্ড আপ করলে একটু দেখা
আমাদের এফআইএল এসছে আর্জেন্ট মোশন মেনশন হয়েছে
The stage of personality test is over. When personality test was held, tell me.
2021 first phase, second phase, we had to take a second phase, that was in 2022.
And again in 2023, different board-wise, board gave direction.
And at that point of time, you did not participate because you were working somewhere.
That I cannot change that. This is the only thing, my lord. Kindly ask them to file a report. Thereafter, let them disclose the what they are thinking of.
No, seeking report and exchange your affidavits.
Yes. And maintainability point on two grounds. One is delay and the other is whether the Supreme Court judgment gives them a cause of action to.
Affidavit service filed on behalf of the petitioner is taken on record. Next paragraph. Document is filed in support of putting in deficit court fee and same is also taken on record. Stop. Next paragraph. Petitioners were selected in first state level selection test 2016 for classes 9, 10, 11 and for classes 9, 10 and 11 and 12. যেভাবে লিখছো বুঝতে পেরেছো? Oh, for classes 9 and 10. For classes 9 and 10. And they also applied to take part in first state level selection test for upper primary level of classes.
ওরা as such কিছু ভাবেনি,
Stop.
but আমি একটা সাজেশন দিয়ে রেখেছি।
It is submitted on behalf of the petitioners that they had opportunity to participate in personality test in connection with first SLST 2016 upper primary, but they did not turn up since at the material point of time they were working as assistant teacher on being selected in first SLST 2016 for classes 9 and 10.
We turn up for the interview, but we are not allowed to give participation.
Whether that applies to all candidates, because
yes,
35 candidates are in the first writ petition, in total over 100 candidates
Yes,
are.
ma'am. Yes,
There are other matters.
Yes.
similar.
Yes, পড়ো। Turn off. না, but বাকিটাকে দাও, বাটের পর বাকিটাকে দাও। But they were not allowed to participate in the personality test by the West Bengal Central School Service Commission since they were in service candidates. It is submitted that posts are lying vacant which were earmarked for first SLST 2016 within bracket upper primary. Therefore, West Bengal Central School Service Commission may be directed to initiate selection process from the stage of personality test in order to accommodate the petitioners who have lost job in terms of the judgment, who has lost job after the judgment delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court on 3rd April 2025 in state of West Bengal versus Boishakhi Bhattacharyya within bracket Chatterjee close bracket and others. Next paragraphs. The prayer made on behalf of the petitioners is opposed by the learned advocate representing West Bengal Central School Service Commission. First, on the ground of delay, since personality test was held in the in 2022.
Yes.
Since
For the
personality
second phase 2022.
since personality test was held in connection with first SLST 2016 upper primary in 2022.
My lord, may I just the first phase in 2021, then subsequently a second lot in 2020. That was the last.
Since last phase of personality test was held in 2022.
Lordship.
Stop. Apart from delay, what point you are taking? That the judgment of the Supreme Court.
No, that I submitted, but that apart, that now this selection process is at its final stage and 7 rounds of counseling is complete.
At present, first SLST 2016 upper primary is at the final stage, and seventh round of counseling was complete on 11th of June 2025.
90% of the vacancies have been
therefore,
utilized.
At this stage, it is submitted that petitioners cannot be accommodated by initiating selection process from the stage of personality test. Next paragraph. Having considered the respective submissions made on behalf of the parties, this court finds that the issue needs to be decided on exchange of affidavits. Next paragraph. Let affidavit in opposition to this writ petition be filed by 4 weeks from date. Affidavit in reply thereto, if any, be filed by 2 weeks thereafter. Next paragraph. Petitioner shall be at liberty to mention the matter before the appropriate bench for hearing after the time fixed herein above for exchanging evidence. Difficult situation. At this stage, question is how mandamus can be issued directing you initiate fresh proceedings.
Comes up and says that no, there is vacancy. After they take a
Sensing imminent risk, candidates should have switched over from 2016 SLST 2016 class 9-10 to SLST 2016 upper primary.
Again, if they succeed in the
division bench passed this order, you know that your appointments have been charged. Why did you approach immediately?
Yes.
Everybody was on the same thing. Government, we are working in a government sector. How can our appointment be cancelled? This is the thing which has been incorporated in their
The answer to how was with my learned friend. The answer to how was with my learned friend.
There is no this. Next matters.
You are swayed by this concept that they are not going to lose their job. Yes. Next matter.
Item number 35. 35 to 34 to 38 are all identical. 7 আলাদা করেছিস আবার কি করেছিস
Deficit court fee. Same order. How many petitioners?
63.
No. I want to know how many petitioners are there.
63.
63.
এটা ওনাকে দিয়ে দিন একটা স্লিপে করে
Same order. Yes.
আইটেম নাম্বার 36
Issue is same.
সিঙ্গেল
Same order.
আইটেম নাম্বার 37
My lord, the personality test has not yet been conducted. I applied
ও আচ্ছা
in para teacher category. My lord, in 2021, although I applied in para teacher category, Somehow,
But now you have lost your status of para teacher after joining the post of assistant teacher in connection with SLST 2016 class 9 and 10.
my lord, subject to correction in 2016, the advertisement was who is a para teacher at that point of time was eligible to apply. Not that when the process was continuing, I has to be a para teacher. I applied in 2016 at that point of time.
But subsequently, your status was upgraded from para teacher to a teacher.
Para teacher to a teacher, but my lord, when I applied, my status was a para teacher. It's not that when I applied, I was a teacher. I got appointment in 2019 for classes 19. But in 2016, my lord, when I applied for upper primary, I was a para teacher, and so I was eligible to apply. What does the para teacher in 2024? 40%.
Now you participated in the personality test.
Yes, ma'am. And that is the difficulty. It is not because of that.
No, personality test has not been held
Yes.
under the category because this issue is pending. This
Yes.
10%
Yes, it is fixed.
vacancies.
It is fixed.
That is, sir, only one thing, I was all for the personality. It is but
But the personality test was not held.
Well, that I don't know because only
Yes, Dr. Patro, personality test
Page?
in connection with item number 37.
it's a page 57. The difficulty was when the date of personality test in my school, that was the first date of Madhyamik examination. I was not released by the school. I have that document. That first day of Madhyamik examination, I was one of the examiner. I was not allowed to go, and that is why I don't know whether the personality was subsequently held. But I know that para teacher personality test has not yet been conducted.
No, but this call was not for para teacher. This call was not for.
Category para teacher. Under
Right.
para teacher. Kindly
Where page
57.
52.
57.
কোথায় পাচ্ছিস তুই? ওই প্রিন্ট তো ওঠেনি আমার।
At the very top now.
Motivation for verification. This was a verification call, not an interview call.
Personality test not conducted.
Intimation letter for verification of testimonial. This is not an interview.
No, no. No, these can be considered personality test not.
No, not considered. I will take instruction because those who were called for physical, or he did not attend.
Yes.
Then subsequently we have published a list of candidates who are eligible for personality test. But that cannot be held until the leave is granted by the court. That is why it is fixed.
Sir, if I am eligible and if I am comfortable with both consideration, considering the situation, I may be allowed to 60%.
But what fell from the court, that is very correct, that he is no longer a para teacher. The rule, we took a clarification from the education department that during this period of the selection process, many candidates have ceased to be para teachers. Some might have become full-time in-service teachers, but some might be in totally different jobs, become a police officer, become something else. So will they be treated as para teachers or not? Because they are now out of touch from the subject. The reason,
Since at the time of advertisement, he was
yes, but
para teacher.
should be continuing till, that is our,
That should be the reasonable
Yes.
approach.
or else the reason for the reservation that you
Once
are-
upon a time, candidate was a para teacher.
yes, yes.
Therefore, in 2016, therefore in 2022, he is to be
Yes.
the
So
candidate is
the
to be considered as para teacher.
government,
That is not should not be the correct
government
approach.
gave the clarification also that they will not be considered. Let me file a report in this matter. Let me file a report.
In your 10% matters, the issue was that in 10% reserved category posts for para teachers,
Yes.
which are being heard, the matters are being heard by this court. There, you are taking the point that these para teachers were
No, not, this is not the main point. There, the main point is actually that they were all untrained.
training was a concept.
Now they want to get into the selection process, but we are saying that since.
All are para teachers, but the issue was training.
Yes.
Advertisement and rules does not provide that in the date of appointment, he or she has to get that. Because advertisement was invited in 2016 and appointment.
In this matter, that is not the issue. It is he's a trained candidate. He's a trained candidate within time.
Yes.
We will let the commission file report in this matter. Yes, affidavit service filed on behalf of the petition is taken on record. Next paragraph. Petitioner participated in first SLST 2016, first state level selection test 2016 for classes 9 and 10, and got selected for the post of assistant teacher in a secondary school and was working for some time. Stop. Subsequently, petitioner has lost job after the judgment was delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court on 3rd April 2025 in State of West Bengal versus Saugata Bhattacharyya within bracket Chatterjee close bracket and others. Next paragraph. Petitioner also participated in first state level selection test 2016 upper primary, but upper primary, and petitioner was invited for document verification, as it appears from page 57 of the writ petition. Petitioner applied in first SLST 2016 upper primary as para teacher in connection with post reserved for para teacher to the extent of 10%. Stop.
Group 9 আছে না?
It is submitted that till date
প্রথমটার মধ্যে Group 9 আছে পুলিশ এক্সেল
personality test is not conducted for 10% reserved posts for para teachers, since issue is pending before this court. Stop. Petitioner prays for direction which would permit the petitioner to participate in the selection process by taking part in personality test, which will be conducted by the West Bengal Central School Service Commission. Next paragraph. Dr. Patro, an advocate representing the commission, has prayed for accommodation to file a report. Stop. Let a report be filed let a report in the form of affidavit be filed by fortnight.
Yes,
By
yes,
fortnight. By filed by fortnight from date. Next paragraph lists the matter under the heading motion on 14 July 2025. There is another matter. 38,
38
37 is over.
38
Same issue. Yes, that is what.
Item number 38.
How many petitioners are there? One petitioner, same order, 34. Same as 34. And 40 is same. 38, then 39 is different matter, not your matter.
39 is not one.
Very well. Call item number 40.
40 same to similar to
Item number 40.
Call item number 40, same as item number 34. Same order. In all the matters, petitioners participated in first SLST 2016 for classes 9-10, not 11-12. File your affidavit service. Call primary matters.